Hello everyone, and now welcome to game 2 in the series between CZE's Cechi, I think it's Cechi, against Reprisal. Game 2 taking place here on Last Refuge. Another 1v1 map with only 2 spawning locations. Top right versus bottom left. Undead on the bottom left. Meanwhile, top right is going to be Reprisal as the game does get underway here. Now let's take a look at the strategies and what we learned from Game 1. Game 1 pretty much went along the lines that I predicted, where Undead was trying to limit how much creeping that Reprisal could really do. Reprisal, however, got up to level 3 fairly quickly on that Archmage, but was unable to shut down that Death Knight harassment. And then the Death Knight was able to come back over the top, creeping out some very impressive creep camps early in the game, getting some very good items, but ultimately that did not prove to be enough, as Reprisal's Tri-Hero army was able to shut down Cechi's Tri-Hero army. Death Knight now being added here. Meanwhile, it is going to be going up against a Mountain King first this time around. Reprisal opting to go for the Mountain King instead of that Archmage. And with that, the Mountain King is going to be a better hero sniper. Now the question is going to be, what is going to be that second and third hero? Second hero, sometimes I do see a Blood Mage or sometimes I do see a Paladin. Rarely do I ever see an Archmage, just because the Archmage is such a fragile hero. Archmage is definitely one of those heroes that it needs to level up early and quickly in order to be effective later in the game. I have seen some players go Mountain King, Blood Mage, and then Archmage and go Brilliance Aura first, since it does increase the mana of all the heroes significantly, and then the Blood Mage just siphons mana and from itself and gives it to the Mountain King, and the Mountain King gets a double dose of Brilliant Aura. Now we are going to see the Mountain King pick up a Circlet of Nobility here in just a moment, taking down all of these Troll Trappers. Death Knight now making its way off to the north, looking to shut down some of that creeping again. Mountain King will not be at level 2 though, as it did not try to creep out this Rock Golem camp. Death Knight has already reached over here, and oh, are we going to see a surround? Wow. A very early surround here in game 1. Are we going to see this one peasant get taken down? Oh no, it is not even going to fall, as the Mountain King now sitting at level 2. Alright, Reprisal in a very, very good position. A great start for him. And meanwhile, Cechi not in a good start at all. But what is this? Cechi actually responding and reacting by going for a very fast Halls of the Dead, knowing that resurrecting that Death Knight's not going to be too much of a problem, and he has not yet transitioned into Crypt Fiend, surprisingly. Yeah, someone's saying maybe he's going to go into Gargoyles. If we see a second Crypt, that would be a definite possibility, as the Ghouls are going to unload all of their lumber, and the Death Knight is now on the move. Skeletal Minions now hired up. Where is the Death Knight going to go? Where is it going to try to creep out? As the Ghouls are making their way towards the Rock Golem, and it looks as though it's going to try to go for the expansion. Is Cechi actually going to try to go for a fast expansion attempt? I cannot believe that to be the case. But then again, you have to play risky after losing your level 1 hero that early in the game. And we are now seeing a level 3 Mountain King versus a level 1 Death Knight. And that Mountain King is going to be able to deal so much damage to this Death Knight here. Alright, Mountain King now wandering around, still sitting at level 3, won't be able to get to level 4 or 5 that easily, as we see double Circlets of Nobility and Dust of Appearance, just in case we are going into Burrow Crypt Fiends. Footmen now making their way in. We can see that there is this one Halls of the Dead, one Nerubian Tower coming in. This is not looking good. Footmen now making their way over, and the Death Knight, are they going to be able to escape out? It looks like yes, no, the Death Coil to save a Ghoul, and the Death Knight now trying to get out, but a Mountain King comes in with a beautiful Stormbolt, taking down units. Death Knight now finally sitting at level 2. The Ghoul is just still wandering around. Mountain King gets off another Stormbolt, takes out another Ghoul, and this is really not looking good at all for the Undead player. Reprisal just shutting down everything that Cechi is trying to do so far. Alright, we are going to see the Death Knight now trying to pull away, I would believe that gargoyles would be a very, very smart choice at this point. No water elementals, meaning no piercing damage, no early range damage at all. Even coming in from that Mountain King, he can throw a Stormbolt into the air, but he can't really kill a gargoyle unless it is already low on hit points. Alright, let's take a look at this. Cechi now trying to get a little bit more lumber. We are going into a very, very fast expansion by Reprisal, and this might be a slow death through economy, as we are going to be getting some skeletal minions in play. Death Knight now still wandering around here. Crypt Fiends being added to the army. Mountain King still leading his army here. And we are going into an additional Ziggurat. What is that ghoul doing? Absolutely nothing. Needs to harvest some more lumber. As the Death Knight tries to figure out what his strategy is going to be. At this point, I think Cechi is just playing this by ear. He doesn't have a definitive strategy, as he should, as we are going to see a low hit point Troll Trapper actually get taken down and stolen by that Mountain King. Lich does go for Frost Armor first as his first ability, which will give a lot of longevity to his entire army. Pretty much the only thing that is the units that are really going to be or really be affected are going to be those footmen. Spellbreakers, they are ranged, won't be affected. As the Lich now continues to creep off over here. Alright, Reprisal going to be running up on 2 bases in just a moment. So you can see he's at 33/48, about or just now starting his upgrade to keep. Is the Lich army and the Undead army going to actually be able to move in time and capitalize on this tech advantage? Down over here, we are still at Halls of the Dead, not yet at Black Citadel. Slaughterhouse now being added here for some obsidian statues. Lich now attacking and engaging once more. Death Knight should get to level 3, if not here, very, very soon. Or is the Lich actually going to move away? Yes, actually gets to level 3, and then I believe he actually, did he use a tome there? I believe he might have actually used a tome there to get further into level 3, as we are now at 600 over 900 experience. So far, Death Knight still wandering around here. Where is it going to be going next? Taking out Reprisal's Blacksmith. Meanwhile, Mountain King and Footman are down off on the other side of the map. Not going to be able to really do much of anything, as the Crypt Fiends and the units are now trying to make a move into this Arcane Vault. One guard tower may get taken down. The guard towers do fall relatively quickly, as another guard tower now taking a lot of damage. You can see Frost Armor on a Crypt Fiend coupled with Death Coil means that it can take a lot of damage but still stay alive, as we see another Death Coil come in. Alright, the Death Coil has saved a very low hit point Crypt Fiend, and now we are going to see more damage being dealt and absorbed by that Mountain King here. Off over here, nothing really going on. We're going into triple racks. Alright, never mind. Triple racks is... I'm really curious as to what Reprisal is going to be going for with a triple rack strategy. It's not something you see very often. Mass Footman is the only thing that I can really think of here, as the Mountain King is still trying to engage. Alright, Arcane Vaulting at 34 over 48. Damage may be dealt, and it looks like, yes, we are going to get to level 2 now on the Lich. Lich benefiting from a little bit more damage, hit points, and mana. We could also be seeing a Frost Nova come in momentarily, as well, as all of those units are going to get slowly picked off. Reprisal now being forced to retreat. Another unit does get taken down there, as we see a Thunderclap coming in from Reprisal. Low hit point Crypt Fiend does get taken down. Are we still seeing more and more attacks? Yes, we are, as the peasants are now working overtime to try and get this Arcane Vault from falling. Still seeing that at Halls of the Dead. We are now going into another Ziggurat here. Obsidian statues, and now Meat Wagons still being trained, as another building finally gets taken down. We see that there are about 3 towers left, and Reprisal now forced to defend this location. Level 2 on the Lich, level 3 on the Death Knight, up against a level 3 Mountain King. And where are those extra heroes? We are at Keep. No additional heroes as of yet. And this is not going well for Reprisal, even though he opened up the game with a very early kill on that Death Knight, Cechi looks like he can come back at any moment and take this game. All right, one low hit point Footman. Is it going to get taken down? Yes, it does. And this is just giving even more experience to Cechi as he continues to place down this pressure. All right, 2 Obsidian Statues plus 1 Meat Wagon. Meat Wagon causing a lot of problems in terms of damage. Reprisal now desperately trying to repair. As Crypt Fiends are now coming in. The Crypt Fiends, Militia now coming in. There you go. There goes down one Crypt Fiend, but Peasant and Militia now getting taken down. Death Coil doesn't make it to its target in time. There's a Frost Nova now, and both sides are still just trying to figure out who can deal more damage to each other first. All right, here we go. Mountain King looking to get off another attack here. No Frost Nova coming in from the Lich. Not enough mana, perhaps, as the Mountain King now chasing after this Meat Wagon. Meat Wagon down to 17 hit points. It looks like the final shot will be coming in. There it goes. But now, what is this Death Knight doing? Death Knight now just pushing back against the rest of that Rifleman army. Ghoul taking a little bit of damage there. Are the Lich, the Crypt Fiends, and the Death Knight actually going to be able to make a move inside this base? The Crypt Fiends still dealing a lot of damage here, as the Mountain King now perhaps trying to regroup with the rest of his army. Crypt Fiends, Lich, Death Knight now looking to come in, and the Mountain King may get off a Stormbolt here in just a second. There you go. No Stormbolt. The Mountain King just running straight after units. No Dust of Appearance this time. So Cechi is going to have a very, very solid control of these Crypt Fiends, and it looks like Reprisal is going to be forced to play Whack-A-Mole until he can actually get an Observer into that position. Some sort of detector, perhaps a flying machine, or I guess he could use, is there even a Goblin Laboratory? Not 100% sure on this map. I believe it's right here. Yes, he could try to reveal it, or he could use Arcane or Magic Sentry in order to reveal it from an Arcane Tower. Peasants still working to repair this town hall before it goes down. Another fight is ensuing as the Mountain King going after the Meat Wagon. Meat Wagon taking a lot of damage, but the Mountain King now down to 290 may end up falling, as we see that the Riflemen are actually trying to focus down and able to focus down this one Meat Wagon. All right, Crypt Fiends now going after those Riflemen there, but the Riflemen able to slip out with little to no effort. All right, one Rifleman may not be so lucky. We'll see if it's going to be enough. Down to 57 hit points. No shot down by Reprisal instead, as the long distance Stormbolt catches a Death Knight off guard. All right, one. It looks like as though the Ghoul is going to get taken down very easily. A group of 6 Riflemen able to focus that down, but ends up trading it for a Rifleman, a Ghoul for a Rifleman. Not that great of a trade, and now the units are backing away once more. Lich sitting at level 2, almost at level 3, perhaps waiting for level 3 to get level 2 Frost Nova, as we now see 2 Obsidian Statues and 2 Meat Wagons lying in wait to destroy Reprisal's expansion. Reprisal's expansion now taking a lot of damage here, and it looks like it may just continue to fall and take more and more damage, as the Crypt Fiends, Obsidian Statues, are just trying to stay just beyond combat range while still causing a whole bunch of peasants to repair. Mountain King now looking to come in. Paladin now looking to come in as well. Archmage, is it being resurrected? I don't see it, as the Mountain King now quickly goes after that Lich. Lich is in a bit of trouble. Is it going to be able to survive? There is a Thunderclap, a Holy Light, and now the Lich does survive just a little bit, as we are now seeing that the Meat Wagon down to 34 hit points. Mountain King able to finish off that Meat Wagon there. Units are still on the run, on the move, as the Riflemen now need to make sure that they don't get taken down. All right, Frost Nova now on one of those Riflemen. Death Knight seen at level 4. Level 2 Unholy Aura would give a much, much faster movement speed to all of the units here, and perhaps be able to keep up with all of these Riflemen. One Rifleman will get taken down. Another Rifleman may get taken down as well. It looks like that may actually be the case, as Reprisal tries to stay alive, unable to do so. And really, Cechi is doing a great job. All right, Paladin sitting at level 1 at 100 hit points now. Needs to regenerate more. And where is he going to be going next? Rifleman engaging up against the Death Knight. Death Knight now just loving his work, getting off some death coils on some units and going straight back at it once more. Crypt Fiend's doing some very, very strong long distance attacking, as we are seeing a low hit point Crypt Fiend now burrow to regenerate some hit points. Crypt Fiends looking to poke down this Town Hall. Town Hall is now down to about half life. Will it be able to stay up is the key question, as the Mountain King and Rifleman now show up. Rifleman is led by this Mountain King, who does have a clarity potion, so Stormbolts should be in galore now. As what is happening next? Crypt Fiend's doing a little bit of a dance back and forth, coming back out of the dirt in order to get some attacks, and then going back in when it is, and then leaving to make sure it does not take too much damage from the Stormbolt of the Mountain King. All right, Reprisal now looking to test the waters again. Cechi is just doing a great job. Cechi is doing a great job keeping pressure on this Town Hall. Town Hall is now being repaired by 7 or 8 units at a time, as we now see that there is a low hit point Crypt Fiend here. Crypt Fiend now down to 107 odd hit points. There's a Holy Light. Crypt Fiend finally gets a kill off there, as now we are going to see a Frost Nova up on the Rifleman. Rifleman now taking a lot of damage. And what is going to be happening next, as we may see another low hit point Rifleman now get taken down. So both sides are exchanging units at this point. And the Obsidian statues may get taken down as well. So yes, it looks like the Obsidian statues are going to get taken down. But not before the units do a bit of try and retreat and repeat. Mountain King sitting at level 4, Paladin sitting at level 1 still. Meanwhile, you can see that the Lich is sitting at level 3, Death Knight sitting at level 4. Both going to be very close to 5-4 in just a moment. And with 5-4, Death Knight and Lich, this is going to be very difficult, as the Lich and the Death Knight can pretty much have their way with the entire army. All right. All right, here's the next battle coming in once more. Mountain King still able to somehow stay alive. Reprisal has spent a lot of gold attempting to repair and keep this Town Hall up. He does get about 600 gold a minute from this, but how much gold is this costing him? Apparently not much at all, as the Mountain King looks to suicide its way in once more. All right, aggressive tactics coming in. There's a Thunderclap. Death Coil not in time. Mountain King does have a clarity potion. Oh, sorry, Paladin has a clarity potion. Mountain King doesn't have anything except for a healing potion, which he may try to use in just a little bit. Reprisal still putting pressure on this one Town Hall on the top left-hand side of the map. It looks as though the Crypt Fiends are still just trying to blanket take down that Town Hall, but it is not working so far, as it is a fortified building with 7 armor because of masonry upgrades. Death Knight still wandering around.
A player's forces are under attack.
Death Knight still wandering around. Where is it going to be going next? Now trying to head off to the north, going after some of those riflemen actually getting a little bit creep-jacked here. 2 ensnares, and Reprisal is going to be in a world of hurt, as we now see level 4 now on that Lich. Level 4 on the Lich. This is not good news for Reprisal. Reprisal may end up taking a lot more damage than he hoped for, and I believe that is exactly the situation, as we see the Death Knight should be getting to level 5, and there you go. Level 5 now on the Death Knight. Level 4 on the Lich. And Undead has taken the hero advantage, even though he lost the first hero relatively early. Here's the engagement. Reprisal now looking to take down all of the shops. The shop is currently being repaired by one peasant. Not going to be enough. Footman is going to catch Cechi trying to establish an expansion in a haunted gold mine there. Is it going to be enough as the units are now backing away to engage again? Riflemen are getting focused down very, very easily. Are we perhaps going to see that Rifleman actually get taken down here in just a second? As we see that the Death Knight... Oh, there's the Frost Nova as another round of attacks still continues to come in. Death Knight trying to run away. Lich now in trouble, but Lich is going to get Death Coiled. It does have additional armor and it did end up casting slow across all of these other units. There you have it, a scroll of healing there in order to counteract the effects. And now Lich down to 7 hit points. It will get taken down, as Reprisal now sits level 5 on his Mountain King. Lich now resurrected back from the tavern. Will it be able to do anything really? Obsidian Statue and Unholy Aura really being utilized in order to keep that Lich alive, and the Death Knight could have turned around and perhaps gotten another Death Coil off. Lich still sitting at 390, 300, almost 400 hit points, and now looking to creep out a relatively close creep camp here. Riflemen are upgraded 1-0. Base off over here by Reprisal. Pretty much a skeleton crew guarding it of what was there earlier. Haunted Gold Mine down over here will get taken down. As we see a large engagement now happening in the center. Paladin, Mountain King now trying to make their way in. Oh, wow, beautifully done. A very easy kill, very fast by the Undead, or on the Undead Lich by that Mountain King and Paladin. All right, both sides are looking to fight it out, and that is going to be the game. So Cechi losing 2 straight games here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.